वैसे तो हमने बहुत सारी बॉलीवुड फिल्में देखी हैं पुलिस ऑफिसर्स की लाइफ पर, जैसे कि सिंघम, दबंग और सिम्बा। पर आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट हैं, उन्हीं की रियल लाइफ से इंस्पायर होकर ये सारी ब्लॉकबस्टर मूवीज बनी हैं।
The dark day in the history of Mumbai, 26/11.
Sunil showed me 3 terrorists at the distance of 15 meters. So I took the Glock, that battlecock position, and fired 3 rounds, in which one hit on the leg of one of the terrorists. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to run where the brave dare not to go, to love the pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary to reach that unreachable star.
तो ग्रामीण इलाकों के बच्चे होते हैं और जो अर्बन एरियाज के बच्चे होते हैं, आपको क्या डिफरेंस नजर आता है या क्या स्ट्रगल में आपको डिफरेंस नजर आता है इन दोनों इलाकों में?
मुट्ठी भर लेकर कुछ सपने, भर कर जेबों में आशाएं, दिल में है अरमान कहीं कुछ कर जाए, कुछ कर जाए। सूरज सा तेज नहीं मुझ में, दीपक सा जलता देखोगे, मेरी हद रोशन करने से तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे, तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे।
जी हाँ, आपने सही पहचाना। इनका नाम है विश्वास नागरे पाटिल, द जॉइंट कमिश्नर ऑफ पुलिस, महाराष्ट्र स्टेट।
द जॉइंट सीपी, आई एम हम्बल पब्लिक सर्वेंट।
तो चलिए मिलते हैं विश्वास नागरे पाटिल से और सुनते हैं उनकी कहानी, उन्हीं की जुबानी।
Thank you so much विश्वास नागरे पाटिल सर for being with us on this show. आप एक ऐसी शख्सियत हैं जिन्होंने अपनी कड़ी मेहनत से आज बुलंदियों का वो मुकाम हासिल किया है जिसकी हर कोई कल्पना करता है. How does it feel like to be in this position first, and there comes a lot of responsibilities which are on your shoulder? How do you manage that?
First of all, thank you, Meher, for giving me this opportunity to interact with the youth, general people, general masses of Mumbai City. Nikology is a very innovative initiative to motivate the youngsters. I'm privileged. So I'm the joint CP. I'm a humble public servant. I belong to Indian Police Service 1997 batch. So after the promotion to the rank of IG, one occupies this position. Definitely great power and great responsibility come together. So this is a very demanding seat. Your time, your leisure, everything you have to compromise and devote to the work.
I know how busy you are because literally I had, to be after you all the time for this particular interview for just 30 minutes of your precious time, and I'm really, really honored, and thank you so much for doing this with us. Now, at the age of 25, you passed your IPS examinations. That was a very young age. How did you feel when you heard that, okay, you have cleared the entrance now? And what was the whole emotion like when you heard about it?
I was selected in Indian Police Service through UPSC, as well as I was selected as Deputy Collector and Sales Tax Inspector through MPSC. Okay. So these 3 posts I could grab in 1 year. All continuous 13 examinations I could clear in 1996. So it was a systematic plan. It was systematic trap. Planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do, how to do, who is supposed to do it for you. When I was in 12th, I was 16-year-old. That time I decided that I want to be in civil services, particularly IAS. So we decided that SMART goal. SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. And then we started the preparations. Then there is a saying, the heights of great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but while their companions were slept, they were toiling upwards in the night. So yes, 14 hours, 16 hours, we exerted, we studied, exhaustive syllabus for the UPSC examination, and then interview. That main examination of 2000 marks and interview for 300 marks. Preliminary or just qualifying test. So it is a long drawn process.
I'm sure, and you have just mentioned the kind of hard work that you have literally done to be here today. But what was it which was telling you? What was that motivation, if you recall from your childhood? What was that one motivation that just kept telling you that yes, you have to be something, you have to be somewhere at a position wherein you are helping the masses?
I belong to a small village. My father was a sarpanch of the village. Yeah. And agricultural background. So he dissuaded me since beginning because he was wrestler also. So father is your role model always. So I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to be a good farmer. But he discouraged me. My father discouraged me. And he had that heavy hands, powerful hands. And I used to sleep in his lap. And that time he used to show me the dream. Sahab बनने का, तहसीलदार बनने का, फौजदार बनने का. I mean, that was his aspiration. Then gradually he also rose and he became the Sabhapati of the Panchayat Samiti. That time he thought that these IAS, IPS, these big officers are there. Why my? Because I was good in academics. So let me tell you one example. When I was studying in Mumbai, SISC, State Institute for Administrative Careers, that is opposite Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus. So when I was studying here, I was studying in Delhi for interview. That time he used to write me one postcard in Marathi, and he used to sign in Modi script. He was only 4th standard educated. So he used to write one line, Vishwas in Marathi, कि मेरी आंखें बंद होने से पहले तुम्हें एक कलेक्टर की गाड़ी में, लाल दिए की गाड़ी में आते हुए मुझे तुम्हें देखना है. That was the dream given by my father also. Again, a lot of issues at rural level, because giving something back to the society is very important. And this service gives that opportunity.
This is really, really motivating. I'm sure that somebody, there are a lot of people around us, and everyone gets the inspiration or the motivations from, different kind of mediums. But for you, it was your father, and it's pretty much good to see you here today. But if I talk about your, IPS career, when you first went for the interview, how was it like? What were the kind of questions? Because it would be really helping for the people who are aspiring to be, an IPS officer. So how was all that the very first day when you entered the room? Can you just recall all those memories and share with us viewers, how did you feel?
I was anxious because Lieutenant General Surendranath, ABSM, PVSM, his panel was declared for us. And I had opted regional language, that Marathi language, for the medium of instruction or medium of answering the interview questions. So we had heard that he is not compatible with the regional languages, those who speak in English, because he was an army officer. So obviously he was preferring English speaking students. So I was anxious. Of course, you get the interpreter. So Kulkarni madam was there, who was my interpreter. Panel asks the questions in English. She interprets in Marathi. I give answer in Marathi. She translates and replies in English.
So you are telling me that you, because I have also read about this, that you, I'm sorry, you are going to say this though, but the interviewers, they were asking you questions in English, and you said that it was interrupted, and then it was translated into Marathi. But you are having such a great vocab and such a great command over English, yet...
No, I'm not good in English.
No, of course, my viewer can say that you are. but still, you wanted somebody to translate that.
Yeah? I was only BA History in Marathi medium
so
from Shivaji University, Kolhapur.
Okay.
My graduation is from that place. I did my MA later after my selection. I did my MBA from Osmania University. I did my LLB from Nandre University. But after my selection, so there is one Sanskrit shlok.
Okay.
Vidvatvam cha nrupatvam cha naivam tulya kadachana vidvan pujyate sarvate raja pujyate in his rajya. राजा की पूजा उसके राज्य में होती है, लेकिन विद्वान की पूजा पूरी दुनिया में होती है. तो विद्वत्ता एंड राजसत्ता इनकी तुलना नहीं होती. So obviously that learning is what? Active information. So I always tried to educate myself, study new things, new innovations. Innovation in head, compassion in heart, and passion in the belly.
That is just
and
so
vision
inspiring.
in the eyes.
For all the youngsters out there, there is no age to learn, and of course, it's very important for you to just work on the things that you think that you're lacking for. But let's just come back to that interview. How did it go?
So I entered. Lieutenant General made me a little comfortable. Vishwas, he saw my biodata and said, "You opted for Marathi medium. Why don't you speak in English?" So I said, "Sir, I'm from rural background. I'm not fluent in English. Please allow me to speak in Marathi." "No, Vishwas, you try in broken English." So I said, "Okay, sir, I'll try my best." The first question he asked that, "Vishwas, you have been graduated in 1994. So these 3 years, what are you doing?" I replied, "Sir, I'm preparing for civil services, but I have established one competitive study center at my village which works for the upliftment of the rural youth as well as for disseminating rational and viable ideas in rural folks." So he was impressed with this answer.
You just said it like that only?
Yeah.
Wow, so impressive.
Because that was the answer which I had made by heart.
Wow.
It was
Wow,
expected
I'm sure.
question. So my real English started after that.
Okay.
He again asked about one drama, Marathi drama, Ghashiram Kotwal, why it was controversial, and then I couldn't answer it properly. And then that particular word, womanizer, was not in my vocabulary at that point of time.
Okay.
So I said in Marathi, Stri Lampad, then there was a lot of hassles to translate it. Anyway, but last question, which gave me edge over others, I think. He asked, "Vishwas, is duniya mein kyun aaye ho?" In Hindi he asked.
Okay.
So I got confused with this question because I'm not going on my own. My mother brought me here. So I took permission of the panel. Sir, there is one poem which is very motivating, and that may be the purpose of my life. The poem goes like this, the poem of La Mancha. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to run where the brave dare not to go, to love the pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary to reach that unreachable star. This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far. To fight for the right, without questions, without pause, to be willing to march into the hell for heavenly cause." So in life, that cause is very important. Work for the cause, not for the applause.
That was so thrilling. I'm pretty much sure, and I could imagine why you were selected. Now, when you had an incredible struggle journey. आपने बहुत परिश्रम किया, बहुत मेहनत करी और उसके बाद आप यहाँ पर हैं. आप जिस एज में ये मेहनत कर रहे थे, it's very difficult for every child to be very focused, determined. What do you have to say to those people who are really struggling? Because I know I have seen struggle. There have been times wherein I have worked for like 20 hours in a day and slept for just 2 hours or 3 hours in my cab. But there was this one thing in me which was there कि हार नहीं माननी है, कुछ करना है और बस करते जाना है. एक दिन टाइम मिलेगा जब बहुत आराम से सोएंगे. आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा होता था जब आप इतनी मेहनत करते थे, और आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे उन सभी स्ट्रगलिंग स्टूडेंट्स से, स्पेशली जो स्ट्रगल करते हैं, बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, अपने घर से दूर रहकर शहरों में पढ़ाई कर रहे होते हैं और अपने सपनों को पूरा करने की कोशिश कर रहे होते हैं?
जवानों के बारे में ऐसे बोला जाता है कि हालात के कदमों पर सिकंदर नहीं गिरता, टूटा कोई तारा तो जमीन पर नहीं गिरता, गिरते हैं शौक से दरिया समंदर में, लेकिन किसी दरिया में समंदर नहीं गिरता. सो जज्बा इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. हमारे स्वामी विवेकानंद जी हमें सिखाते हैं. So basically हमें कोशिश बरकरार रखनी चाहिए. हालात तो ups and downs are bound to happen. आप अगर कोई ECG देखोगे तो वो ups and downs ही रहते हैं उसमें. वो flat हो गया तो it's death. Life is what? Ups and downs, ups and downs.
Also there's a saying, when everything goes good in your way, then you must know that there is something wrong with
Wrong. You are on the wrong path.
Yes, absolutely. So when I come back to your college days, definitely you had an incredible college life also, with lots of struggle and of course with lots of hard work. But interestingly, your roommate was R Madhavan. Can you just bring up some tales from there? How was it like to be sharing a room with him, though you didn't know that he would be a star, in the Bollywood by now? Yeah.
Madhavan is a very sweet guy.
Okay.
We had a very good relation. Yes, in the initial phase, we had some hassles in the room while sharing the room. But later we became very good friends. He used to carry me double seat on his bicycle. He was carrying good bicycle with, I mean, comparatively modern bicycle. So we used to go to the mess together, eat together, talk together. Used to have a lot of innovative ideas, innovative models, and he was always surrounded by beautiful girls of the college. So every one of us, particularly hostelites like me, were very jealous of him. But he was very clean. I mean, absolutely.
You are such a charming and a good-looking person.
No, thank you for the compliment. But, so basically, he taught me how to speak. I mean, mannerism, etiquettes. Madhavan was deserving far more than me, because best student of the college.
Okay.
That was the title to be given, and Madhavan, me, and 5 other girls were in the final days. So I got that title, got that honor. So I have written my book, a wonderful book. You would like to, I mean, I would like you to read it. Head Held High. That is my journey.
That has been recently launched, I guess.
Yeah, and Penguin India
I have already purchased
Oh,
that,
thank
and
you
I'm
so
gonna
much.
read it throughout my very nice time, because that book, I'm pretty much sure, is going to make me learn a lot of things while sitting with you, learning your experiences. I am sure that it's going to help a lot of kids out there to be who they want to be. So okay, I heard about your childhood, I heard about your college days, and we have spoken a lot about how much struggle you have done to be here in this position today. But it would be really, really not fair if I would not recall the very, very moment of your life in your career, which is the dark day in the history of Mumbai, 26/11, for which you were even presented, with a medal from the president. That day, we have seen your exemplary bravery, how you just, didn't even think about your own life, but you saved so many lives there. What was going on in your mind in that particular moment when you entered there?
Actually, on that fateful night, it was coincidentally my night round also. We did ASL, that is Advanced Security Licensing meeting in Hotel Trident up to 9:15, 9:20. That Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, was supposed to visit. We completed that ASL, and I came back to home, and I was having dinner with my wife, because I was in uniform only. And that time I got the phone call. In fact, my wife picked up the phone. Dr. Venkatesham, the then Additional Commissioner of Police, called and said there is firing going on at Leopold Cafe. So I thought it's a gang war type of thing, but I got ready. I took the pistol. As I was DCP, I was carrying Glock pistol that point of time. My bodyguard was having one pistol. We rushed to the spot. On way, I was crossing Metro Theatre, and I got call from the then Commissioner of Police, Hassan Kapoor Sir, and the then DGP, Mr. Ian Roy, that Vishwas rushed to Taj Hotel because there is firing going on. And he said that he could hear the grenade blasts also. That time I got a letter, this is not a normal firing, this is a terrorist attack, because there was input about Taj and 6 other places would be attacked someday. It was 1.5 months before the attack. So I had done the recce of Taj Hotel for 9 hours. Elaborate meeting was conducted. I had seen the hotel in great detail. So I was knowing each and every corner of the hotel, topography of the hotel. So I rushed to Taj. Not from the front side, maneuvering, of course, that was a strategy. I reached the rear side, a swimming pool area. So Sunil Kudia, the Taj security chief, was waiting for reinforcement, and me and my bodyguard, 2 of us, were the first responders. Terrorists entered at 9:38, 9:40. 9:38, 2 entered from North Court Gate and 2 entered from Main Gate, and 9:51 on 11th minute. I and my bodyguard, along with Sunil Kudia, they entered after them. So he was panicked. He said that they are killing people. Please do something. Just calm, be calm. I didn't wait because there were like cries, there were sounds of grenade blast. So instead of thinking, for reinforcement or bulletproof jackets or AK-47 or any other additional. I with my pistol and my bodyguard with his pistol, we entered. And 9:51 we entered, and on second floor, the royal staircase, Sunil showed me 3 terrorists with haversack at the distance of 15 meters. Fortunately, their back was on our side because they were having automatic weapons. I was having Glock pistol, so I took the Glock, that battlecock position, and fired 3 rounds, in which one hit on the leg of one of the terrorists. That was a surprise attack on them, and they were trying to enter into that crystal hall where the wedding was on. They would have massacred so many people. So my team got the President's Police Medal for gallantry for that action. So I fired 3 rounds, took the shelter. The Taj walls are so thick. So in the counter fire of AK-47, we were saved. Then I asked Sunil to take me to the top floor because the position is also important along with the weapon. So from 6th floor, I recce the whole floor, that Karambir Khan's family, that Times of India journalist. Every door I knocked. I checked 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd was already checked. I thought they escaped. Almost 1 hour, there not a single bullet was fired. So I came to the main gate of Taj. I thought they escaped or what. So that time 1 grenade blast took place near the chandelier, main chandelier. And then again I got 2 men from SRPF, Rahul Shinde and Samadhan More. These youngsters, Rahul got martyred that night with 303 rifle. These young men accompanied. And then we went to the CCTV room and we monitored their movements. We counterattacked on them so many times. We conveyed the positions. With the people were evacuated for new Taj building. So this went up to 2:45 to 2:45 a.m. But 2:45 a.m. they located our position on 2nd floor and they bombed our floor, in which the fire and smoke started coming inside the CCTV room. And then we took the position and went out. But the burst of AK-47, my bodyguard got 3 bullets on 2 on legs. One from his stomach hit Rahul, and Rahul got martyred. Fortunately, my bodyguard was operated and he is well. PI Dhole and PSI Kakade, who were accompanying me, they got injured. Me and R Madhavan could reach to ballroom. Then we came with the help of fire brigade downstairs and again went with the NHG, naval commandos. NHG came in the morning, the operation went on.
So what you did was definitely a great example of bravery. But when you are doing your job with so much of loyalty towards it, how is your family like? How supportive are they? And how comfortable are they to see you in the position that you are in right now?
After that, my wife didn't leave me for 3 years. She didn't go to Maika.
Oh my God.
She thought that I
so
can.
Was that troubling you that she didn't go to the Maika?
Sometimes, of course.
Sometimes you needed your
you
space.
Need freedom.
So I've heard, this thing that you are the Singham of the department. How do you feel like listening to these things?
Singham is like, there are no superhuman qualities. We are humble public servants and we are happy with that. No, our constable is a Singham in real sense. So
that's just so generous of you to say that.
Yeah. Of course, family suffers a lot. This year, I asked my son, what kind of gift you want on your birthday? So he said, Daddy, just focus on my academics. Sometimes ask about my studies and all. So he's in 10th, so I should focus on his studies now.
With that, we would like to conclude this beautiful, motivational, inspirational conversation that we had today. But I would really like you to just give one more piece of advice to all the youngsters out there, what they should be doing to have a better path in their careers. What would be that advice?
Basically, be sincere, be honest, believe in yourself. Take all the failures as blessing in disguise. The failures are bound to happen in life. Hard work, and hard work. That is the only mantra. That commitment is very important. कोशिश करने वालों की हार कभी नहीं होती. नन्ही चींटी जब दाना चुग कर दीवार पे चढ़ती है, 100 बार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास, रगों में साहस बढ़ता है, चढ़कर गिरना, गिरकर चढ़ना न कराता है। मेहनत उसकी बेकार कभी नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। असफलता एक चुनौती है, उसे स्वीकार करो। क्या कमी रह गई उसे देखो और सुधार करो। जब तक सफल न हो चैन की नींद त्यागो तुम, संघर्षों का मैदान छोड़कर मत भागो तुम। कुछ किए बिना जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती।
Thank you so much, Patil sir,
Thank
for
you.
having this
Thank you.
conversation with
Thank
us. It was definitely an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meher. Thank you so much.